So today I took one trade, one winner, and it was a decent winner. I think it was a decent plan, but I was a bit hesitant and unsure about it. So heading into today, it was a higher relationship on TPO. It was also higher on CPR, and also overlapping higher on cams. So I was generally bullish, but I did note that the pivots were getting very narrow here on the CPR. So very narrow pivots. It's been getting narrower since the past few days, and I thought maybe there's a chance for a breakout here. But the market open was weird because it seemed like it was going to start opening under value area low, but at the last second, it popped above value area low and opened inside value. So I was a little bit confused because I wanted the market to open here and then test value area low to short. But what I had was H3 level over here, and because it was opening inside L3 and H3, I thought it was a good place to short. Also, I usually don't like just shorting cam levels like that, especially H3, L3, because I haven't seen much success with it. But it was coinciding with this supply zone here from the sell-off yesterday. So yesterday there was H4, and it just couldn't break above H4 and had a huge sell-off to end the day. So I want to see if it would reject again at that supply zone, especially because it rejected overnight here. So I want to see if it would reject at H3 and supply around here. The other thing about that level was that on the volume profile here, you can see at around 7,000 and 7,003, which is where that supply is, that was a high volume node. So I was right at the ledge of that high volume node, and I wanted to see if it could reject from there. So 3 levels all giving me confluence at that level, which I liked. And so yeah, I didn't really have much of a long plan, honestly. I mean, yeah, maybe I could long at CPR over here, but that was about it, especially because of sell-off yesterday. The other thing was that on the pivots here on footprint chart, we can see that it closed under S1 on Wednesday, and then it hasn't recovered since. So it never went back and closed above R1 yet. So it seemed like it was still bearish for now, because it switched bearish here, and then yesterday it tried to break out, tried to close above R1, couldn't, and came back within range. So that was another thing. So market opens, and as soon as it opens, it rallies up into the H3 level here, which was also the high volume node area, which was also the supply zone right here. So I see that it comes in there, and then it starts rejecting. I don't want to take the first rejection. I don't really see much confirmation, so I just let it sell off. What I am seeing here, though, is this delta divergence bullish. So I was thinking about shorts, but it was kind of weird because it was a bullish delta divergence, also right at value area low level here. So I was just kind of watching here, and then it goes up and back up to H3 and the supply zone. And it seems like it's forming a P shape, and I say P shape question mark, and it's kind of rejecting there, and I do like that. I like that little P shape there with the POC at the top, and seems to be forming a delta divergence on the 2 minute. It's flirting with it at least. So that was pretty much my only confirmation, the P shape, and then the 2 minute delta divergence that was forming until it did not. So it was 250 positive delta, but then as it comes down, it doesn't happen because a lot of sellers came in. But a lot of sellers did come in, and they, I guess, double top here too. So I did like the double top there. I like the wicking there. And technically, I mean, it tested the highs and RSIs the same. I don't know if I could count that as a confirmation, but yeah, essentially it was just this P shape, and I went in short 2 contracts with the stop above here. And it seemed like it was just kind of bouncing around in here, but eventually it does break the low and sells off after forming that bearish delta divergence. But then right after it breaks the lows, it comes back up. And I get nervous here, but especially because it was a big pop here. So on here, suddenly a bunch of sellers coming. Yeah, right there. So I did not like that pop, but I stick with it. It basically went back to break even. I did not stop out there. It wasn't at 2R yet. And that finally breaks the lows here. It struggles a bit, but breaks the lows, and then it starts selling off. So yeah, that was pretty much the trade. My target was around this CP area, which was around 3R2. So if I had more, I probably would have targeted yesterday's low, and it has gone and hit yesterday's low and broke it. Broke this demand, and now it's at L3. So it was a nice H3 to L3 short. I don't know. I haven't had much success with H3 L3 range plays, but this time I guess it worked out.